So today we're going to be doing shopping. My favorite kind of shopping, wine shopping.
So today we're looking to see if we can tell the difference between cheap wines and expensive wines here in Italy, whether we could tell that they taste any better or worse than one another. And we're going to be looking at wines ranging from €5 all the way up to €150 a bottle. So let's take a look.
How convenient. Vernon always goes for his favorite winery.
Can't help it. This is my favorite.
And
I want to see how this one competes with the more expensive boys.
Goods are secured. Vern, you excited?
My wallet's not excited, but I'm excited.
I think the lady was super excited for us. She's like, have a very good evening.
Yeah, so we're really excited. There was a little bit of a difference that we had to make in there. I really wanted to find something that was about €5. We couldn't find anything that was that cheap, so we decided to go with €10 instead. Still, the difference between the lowest and the most expensive wine is about 15 times. So we're gonna see if that's worth it.
So we're doing this responsibly at our house, drinking an Italian amount of wine, I would say. I wouldn't call it crazy because we've hung out with some friends here in Italy and a lot of wine gets consumed at parties.
I tried to pour it so that the total amount for each of us equates to an actual glass of wine. I think I may have gone a little bit over. So I really want to see whether this wine gets double the quality as you go up. Double the price, you know?
So we poured it out about 5-10 minutes ago because I know before when we had fancier wines at restaurants, they're supposed to let the wine breathe.
Yeah.
I don't know, I'm not a sommelier,
No.
but that's what they say.
But let's start it. Yeah, let's start for sure with the first glass here. This is €10. This wine is not far away from us, actually. It's probably about 50 minutes driving distance.
From the Friuli region. You can get a good wine at like a supermarket. What is it called when it's a free pour? You can like buy a bottle and you can just fill up like a liter, 3 liters, 10 liters. And it comes out to be as cheap as $1.20 a liter sometimes.
Yeah.
But we went to like a proper wine store, so it's like a good table
good
wine.
wine. Yeah, it's a good wine.
It's a good solid red.
The wines here are all good. At least we think so. And it's not like these wines here at €10 are going to be something that Italians are going to throw their nose up at. You know, they're going to be just as happy drinking €10 wine as, well, they'll probably be a lot more drinking more expensive wine, obviously, but you get the idea.
Yeah, but I mean, this is like back in the States, one of our favorite places to get wine from was from Trader Joe's and Costco. Because Costco gets some good stuff.
Yeah, you'd be surprised. They actually have like the James Suckling rating on there. He's like this famous wine critic in America. Very good stuff though.
So that one's good. But it's like very like average wine, I would say.
Yeah.
It's not very dry, not very sweet, not very anything special.
Yeah,
wow.
You're not going to remember this wine. It's not going to change your life, you know.
You
next
ready?
one. Yeah, I'm ready for the next one. Oh, let's drink some water to come out.
You got to do this properly. Well, I know properly you're supposed to spit it out, but
No, you're not wasting wine.
I'm Eastern European. You don't spit alcohol out. Well, this is your favorite. Make sure you get the right one.
Yeah.
So this is also from our region.
This is, and we've actually been to this winery. So if you'd like to see a video on that, let us know.
Castelvecchio, yeah.
Yeah, there's a ton of wineries in this region. As you can imagine, they're just everywhere. There's like one in our small town that we live in as well. So
This one's already so much more velvety and smells incredible. You haven't had this one in a while?
Oh.
Yeah.
I had this once at a wine bar, just on a whim, only because I like the bottle. Yes, I do judge the wines by their cover. Yeah.
But see, already going double the price, so much more amazing, so much more like, what are this? You know how Netflix has those documentaries? Well, we watched all the wine ones before.
Yeah, we learned nothing from it though.
No, I feel like I know. I'm
we're not going to tell
certified.
you. We're not going to tell you whether there's notes of cherry or plums or anything like that in there. We don't know any of
like
that
the
stuff.
soil, the vintage.
Yeah, no. It doesn't taste good. And the other thing is there's so much subjectivity that goes on with wine. You know, somebody could have said, well, you grabbed the wrong year, or you grabbed the wrong grape. You know, grab a different wine from the same manufacturer. So you know, you just don't know. So we're doubling price again, right? We're going from 20 to 40.
Is it 40? I forgot.
Yeah, no,
It's 40.
we haven't drank that much wine yet.
Yet. So, but I don't know if we mentioned, so this is a Cabernet Sauvignon, this is a Refosco, and this is one of my favorites, which is anything Chianti. Anything from Tuscany is probably, I have a bias, but I love like anything from the...
Actually, what's really cool too is when you're in Tuscany, there's this little rooster, and that's how you know that it's a Chianti or from that region.
If there's no rooster, don't buy it.
Yeah, it's not real Chianti, but or maybe it's not. We don't know. So Chianti, if you're ever in Tuscany, if you ever go to Florence, for example, this is probably the most common wine that you're going to see there.
Also, we'll be doing a road trip down to there in about 2 or 3 weeks. So stay tuned for that, because that's going to be a lot of adventures. Oh, why did they use a rooster?
I guess it had something historically to do with a race there. This lady told us that it sounded like an urban myth or an urban legend, but I can't really tell. Let's see.
I'll just ask ChatGPT. Whoa.
Oh, yeah.
So when I looked this up, this is like the best year for this wine.
Wow,
The smell is just very, like, it hits you like just the back of your eyes.
I feel like even though I'm more likely to drink the previous one, I feel like this is going to be the one that would impress Italians. You know, if you gave them some of this, they'd be like,
But I don't know if it's double the price, if it's double the quality.
Yeah, I mean, it's a noticeable improvement, but I don't know if it's double.
It's actually, it was over 40, but I wrote it down.
Yeah, we read it, yeah.
So the numbers look pretty. Also, comment down below, what is your favorite wine? Whether, if you have a preference for an Italian wine or if you have French wine that you like. But comment down below, like, your preference of wine. And if you're Italian, what other wines should we try? I'm aware there are 20 regions and we clearly do not have 20 bottles. So stay tuned for part 2 if this does well. And if we survive all this wine, stay tuned, because Sardinia has really, really good wine. Sicily, Puglia, there's a lot of good wines.
Barolo.
Ooh. The color of this, I don't know if the camera's going to capture it, but it's just ruby. Like, it's not even red anymore. As he was pouring it, I think you said the color just keeps getting like more brown. It's not even like a red. Like, if you compare this, so $70 versus this.
You might not be able to see it on camera, but this is more like a purple red. This is more like a brown red. Like, the color is just getting warmer and warmer. This is one of Italy's probably crown jewels of the different types of wines.
Region?
Barolo is usually from Piedmont, so where Turin is, Torino, that region.
The other side of North Italy.
Yeah, right near the border with France.
It smells sweeter.
Yeah, it does.
Now, this one I think for sure is worth the price.
This one's sophisticated.
Because it hits your tongue in the front, it hits your tongue on the sides, and then like after you swallow it, it's just like a whole other aroma in your mouth.
Mm-hmm. This tastes like something you should probably be drinking if you're wearing a tuxedo.
No, I think this would be really good with some good barbecue, like good steak.
Oh, yes. Ooh. Yeah. That's perfect. Also, notice that we kept them all red because, we didn't want to mix and match the reds and the whites. That might be a different video, In
the summer. Whites are really good, like chilled or rosés in the summertime. This is for science. You ready?
Yep. All right, this is the final one. This is the one I've been waiting for.
Opening it up felt like opening up an early Christmas gift.
This one, 150 euros. I gotta be honest, I don't think I would have ever paid that much for a wine if it weren't for this video.
It's just an excuse.
Yeah, this is something you do for a special occasion. And this wine in particular, this is the ones where you start to get into them locking stuff like this up behind a glass case inside of the wine stores. So very special.
The smell.
Whoa, what the hell?
There's a lot going on in here.
Oh my God, it's...
It smells like if you just grabbed the best grapes and you just squished them between your hands on a nice summer day, and there was just like hints of honey.
Yeah, I can smell the honey, because you know what it is? It smells like candy, like 100-year-old candy. Like, if candy can age like wine can, that's kind of what this smells like.
So I know that wine, so the fancy bougie wine's from Veneto. Does it say anything else about it?
This wine's from Veneto?
Yeah, so our neighbor.
Yep. She might know.
Oh, it's 2010. It's the year we met.
Yeah, I did that one on purpose. I may not always remember the day we got married or the day we met, but I do remember the year. So at least I got that going for me.
You get 1 out of 365.
Yeah, I can't read that.
Oh, that is so tiny.
I know, the wine, as you keep drinking and then the text is it the text getting tinier or is it the wine? Yeah, nobody's going to question the quality of something like this.
The bottle looks amazing.
The bottle looks like you dusted it off from like 1920.
Ching. Oh my God, wow.
You know what's interesting? It just kind of like disappears.
Any moisture I had in my mouth, it just took away.
It turns into air. It's like, and it takes all the moisture with it.
I'm surprised because the Barolo had more going on than this. Are we supposed to let it like sit more?
No, I don't think so.
It's been
sitting for 14 years actually.
No.
This is so, it's like It's sweet and dry. It's sweet like candy sweet. It's dry like air. Like I said, it's amazing. It's really amazing. And again, we don't really know much about wines in general, other than the fact that we know how to drink them. But we don't really know how to appreciate them. And maybe we should start after having this.
Well, cleanse your mouth, like drink some water.
I forgot to do that.
And then have this wine again. Now it tastes like there's chocolate there. There's like chocolate and honey. So try the wine now. Right? It's sweet, but like not sweet. Also, when you come to Italy, don't tell Italians you want sweet wine. Yeah,
that's not really a word that they use.
Pro tip.
Yeah, when you say sweet wine, they're gonna think you want like some Barefoot or something like that.
Which one was your favorite wine?
This one, the last one. Yeah, absolutely. You know what it is? It tastes special. It tastes okay, I don't know if it's $150 good, but it tastes special. That's all I can say. If I knew nothing about wine and you were giving that to me, I would be like, wow, there's something here. I do feel like though that maybe Italians or other people who are really into wines can really appreciate something like that, but it just tastes fantastic.
So for me, I think actually my favorite was the Barolo. Mm-hmm. But which one do you think is the best bang for your buck?
Let me try it again.
How convenient. Oh, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna try the most expensive and the cheapest wine next to each other.
Ooh.
Oh, right away, when you smell the bougie one and you smell this one, not even close.
Yeah, it's like, why would you even bother drinking that?
Oh.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
You know what this is like?
But try that.
Imagine how much, if you really love wine, this is like drinking wine for the first time.
I can see that.
This is like the kind of flavor that you get when you're just like, oh,
but try
what
this
is
one
that?
now. Try the cheapest one now, the 10. Right?
I don't think it's bad, but I do think it's a bit of a letdown when you've had the other one.
When you compare it. Okay, which one do you think is the best bang for your buck?
I kind of feel like...
with the flavor and the cost.
Maybe you're right about the Barolo. I can't decide. I think it's between the Barolo and the Chianti.
For me, I think the Chianti for sure. I think it's like when you really want to get a good bottle of wine and you really want to get like a good flavor. I think the Chianti. Yeah,
but the Chianti, even in the region of Tuscany or in this region, they're not always, €40 for the bottle. You can get them for 20 or 15 euro for the bottle.
Yeah, I mean, you can go, especially they have sales here and like promotions. You can get a good bottle of Chianti for like 12 euro easily. Yeah, especially if you go to the region, you get your SUV, get some boxes, you drive down there 3.5 hours.
That's one of the fun parts about living here is that the people are so friendly. And if you wanted to buy wine straight from the vineyard, they're more than willing to let you into their house.
Yeah, you get to meet the family, you get to meet the kids, you get to meet the dogs, the nonna. It's an interesting experience.
Yeah, Italy's quite great for that kind of stuff. But this was fantastic. I loved it. I think this was a great test too. Do I think that 10 euros is 15 times worse than 150 euros? No, absolutely not. No. Maybe 4 times worse. Maybe this is like 4 times better to me. I wouldn't say that the quality scales with the price.
No, definitely.
But I will say that unfortunately, when you do compare them side by side, you are going to be a little bit disappointed if you want.
This one just smells like perfume. Like, how do they do that? That's incredible. Some sorcery.
It's a love potion.
I mean, if you have enough of these at a bar, drink responsibly.
Drink responsibly, drink at home. But when we say drink responsibly, what we mean is drink good wine.
Yeah, right.
That's responsible right there. Drinking good wine is responsible.
Don't drink barefoot. We're gonna probably eat something and finish off this wine. In this episode, no wine is wasted, nor should there ever be any wine wasted.
Yeah. So a lot of these wines are gonna take, maybe 3 or 4 days before they start to go bad. And obviously we're gonna try to finish them in order of price.
Oh, we should mention that, the rule of thumb. So the rule of thumb is you need to finish a bottle, especially like a bottle of red, within 3 days after opening, because after that it starts to lose its essence, its flavor, what it's supposed to be. But if your 80-plus-year-old, almost 90-year-old neighbor, as he told me, that bottle's got to go in a day. So, I mean, what do I know? He's almost 90. He's cutting his lawn. He's biking. They're drinking every night. So
yeah, I'm sure him and his friends could finish all of this off in a day with no problem.
I mean, there is a blue zone in Italy. So.
We're going to have to invite them over after this video.
And definitely make sure to comment down your favorite wine, as long as it's not barefoot. I'm sorry. Or what's the other one? The cupcake wine. One of our friends before brought her over. I'm sorry. Thank you so much for watching. Comment, definitely subscribe, and stay tuned for more Italy adventures. Ciao. Creepy because it's showing that the first bottle, there's a face detection. So I don't know. We haven't drank yet, and I'm already seeing faces.
Yeah, right. The camera's seeing something we're not seeing. That's a little creepy. So, hey, maybe after all this wine, we'll end up seeing the same things the camera sees.
Go start drinking with us today. Is that a piece of a cork? Oh. Atlas, which wine do you Kat does not like, maybe he's a beer person.
Yeah, he's not really into the wines. Luca, which one do you like? Oh, he wants to get out of here.
Atlas, which wine do you like?
You want to try this one?
He's a proper Italian.
Yeah, he's from Italy. So, Atlas, would you like to try this wine?
He wants that bistecca, papa.
Oh, okay.
He's a proper Italian corgi.
Wine pairs well with steak. He just wants the steak.